My name's Chris McGarrahan Jr., and on my videos, I bring to the forefront how-to strategies on getting what you want out of life. While most people talk about theories and made-up principles, I'm giving you concrete ways to become successful. So grab your pen and paper, take notes, and let's get started. Hey everybody, Chris McGarrahan Jr. here, talking about on this video how to make more money in what you do. And by the end of this, you're going to know the 3 steps, the 3 tactics on how to simply make more money in your field, in your game, in your business, in your life. So in making money, a lot of people ignore the number 1 factor in controlling your income and controlling your finances and controlling how much money you make. And that's simply the ability to sell, persuade, convince people that your product, your service, your idea, your concept is worthy of them spending money on. Now, a lot of people avoid this, and matter of fact, some people probably even turned off the video by now because sales is an uncomfortable word. But I'm going to tell you this. Every successful person that I've ever met, read about, listened to, heard of, are phenomenal at selling what they do. So if you're still watching this video, make sure you're taking notes on these 3 tactics on really how to get better at selling. And I'm going to show you a few tricks and tips that I personally have done in my own businesses that I stole from my mentors on what they did in their businesses. So let's jump into it. The number 1 tactic, really the secret in getting better at selling what you do, is simply visualizing the sales process. Visualizing closing that person on a deal. Visualizing saying the right thing and that person saying, yeah, I'm in. Where do I sign? See, a lot of people visualize on long-term things. As a matter of fact, it's too long-term. They focus on the yacht, the house, the Rolex watches, even the relationships, when really they've got to focus on today. So one of the biggest things I was doing, especially in my upcoming career as an entrepreneur, driving from meeting to meeting in my little yellow pickup truck with no credibility, rocking my dad's suits because I didn't have one of my own because I had no money. One of the number 1 factors that separated me from the rest was in that little yellow truck, stuck in traffic going to my next meeting, I'd visualize, okay, how am I going to start this presentation? How am I going to end it? What am I going to say in between? If they respond this way, how am I going to respond? Am I going to clap my hand at the end? Am I going to walk off of me? I would visualize all the factors of the presentation. Whether it was in front of a group of 100 or 200 people, or it was simply one-on-one with somebody. I visualized what I wanted to get across. And most people don't. They just go into a meeting, go into a sales presentation, really an opportunity to sell what they do, without ever thinking about it. Think, visualize you getting that end result. That's 1. 2 is be prepared for the questions and objections. Not only that you will get, there's certain ones that every entrepreneur is going to get, but a question and objection that you may possibly get. Meaning you may never get this in your life, but throw that on the list anyways. Because if you're prepared for questions and objections, really 2 factors are going to happen. 1, when that prospect asks you a question or gives you an objection, now you know the answer. Because I can tell you, I've seen a ton of people try and sell something. The prospect asks the question, they don't know the answer to it, and that prospect says, in their head, or even verbally sometimes, it's pretty brutal, they say, I'm not doing business with you. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the answer to my question, so I'm not that comfortable buying from you. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, the entrepreneur that when a question or an objection is thrown at him or her, they know exactly what to do with it because they've thought about it. They've prepared for it over and over and over again. Now that prospect is impressed, and that's who they want to buy from. So that's one edge to it. But then ultimately, when you're more prepared for these things, you get more confident because make no mistake, preparation builds confidence. So knowing any question they throw at me, any objection they toss my way, I know how to handle it. It makes you more confident going into that situation. But now 3, the third tactic in getting better at sales and ultimately making more money is simply more meetings means more money. More meetings means more money. Ultimately, the more people you talk to, the more faces you get in front of, the more times you pitch what your service, your product, your idea, your concept is, well, the more likely you are to make more money. I talk to so many people that, especially in my consulting business, I say, all right, before we get started, what are your numbers? What do you do on a weekly basis? They tell me their numbers. They don't like it very much. I say, well, how many times do you present this? Every week. Let alone every day. They say, oh, 1 or 2 times a week. Well, if you want to make more money, let's turn that 1 or 2 into 10 to 15. So more meetings means more money. But if you apply all 3 tactics, here's what's going to happen. You visualize the process. So you become comfortable saying the words. You get familiar in breaking down your idea. 2, you're ready for questions and objections. This gives you the confidence, the posture to be ready for whatever they throw at you. And then ultimately, just do it over and over and over again. You'll get massive experience, which is invaluable, and you'll make more sales. So what does this all come down to? Well, simply, you're going to make more money in what you do. But I want to give you a challenge to start the week. And it's this. Go do more meetings. Now, apply the other 2 tactics, but go do more meetings this week, in the next 7 days, than you've ever done in a 1-week period in your entrepreneurial life. And then, on day 8, I want you to message me and tell me the results you got, because I'm looking forward to hearing about it. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. My name's Chris McGarrahan Jr. We'll see you next time.